exclusives, they are a pain. For an example, many collectors struggled with obtaining Cosmos from the Velocitron 500 collection. A bot who's really only remembered as the one who turns into a UFO. So imagine the buzz when the Netflix subline released an Earth mode Soundwave. Secondhand prices skyrocketed. Hasbro never re-released this mode again due to contracts and stuff. It was something else. But after years of waiting, I finally have one. It only cost 132 SGD, which was the cheapest price on Mandarik. All the others were 160 SGD and sold out. So, is this worth $100+? Is it worth that price tag? Well, let's find out. The short answer is no. Boil it down to its basics, you're paying that price for a Voyager and a cassette 2-pack. It shouldn't have that kind of price. Long answer. Now, Soundwave himself is really good looking. It's definitely a mini masterpiece sort of situation. Of course, there are carryovers from Siege, namely the lower arms. There are straight rips from that version, rendering these kibble bits right over here useless. I mean, you can give him underarm guns, but they don't really look right. Other than that, everything is actually quite great. He's blocky but not unnatural. Details are not overpowering. Paint is applied immaculately. We even get a perfect head sculpt with light piping right over here. This is just the best head sculpt I've seen right now. And if we just press this button to release the door, we get to see the inner chest and the greebles inside it that even contain a cassette. Quite nice. And speaking of those cassettes, here they are. Now, both of them are just the Siege version with an Earth paint job. Nothing wrong with that. Laserbeak here is just G1. You can display him with Soundwave, specifically on the arm, like these two areas right over here. Just tap it in and it will sort of stay there. Now this is quite cool. And that's sort of all I can say about Laserbeak. I can't think of much else to talk about him. Ravage is a different story. Due to being smaller, this Ravage couldn't emulate the Masterpiece transformation, and the result is an espionage Jagger who's too plump to do any actual spying. It could be worse, but this guy just doesn't feel nice in hand, and my brain constantly screams that that's not the proportion of an actual Jaguar. Articulation is rudimentary for both animals. For Ravage, we have like this much fore and hind leg movement, and it does that. Good. You got like up and down head, and that's it. Laserbeak has hinges right over here to allow for some pecking action, and some wings action right over here. Move the legs slightly, and that's it. Soundwave obviously has more joints, so well, there's more articulation points. You got like a ball jointed head, and his shoulder mounted missile cannon can swivel and like move up down slightly. Arms rotate full 360 out, elbow swivel, bend, a lot of bend, enough for him to reach the button. You got your waist swivel, skirt, and butt flap can both move out of the way for some forward and back leg movement, a thigh swivel, a good knee bend, a little arm pivot, that's how much you get, and side split. Overall, good possibility. And he also has two guns. This one right here, which I'm told looks like Megatron, if you squint hard enough. You can also split it in half for a club, I guess. I mean, he looks alright holding it, but I don't know about this thing. You can attach it to your Megatron of choice, but it just doesn't feel right. His other weapon is this one right here. This one is also like alright. Plug in here, and looks quite good, but you can also retract for alt mode storage. And on the subject of alt mode, so for Soundwave, the conversion is just you turning a cuboid robot into a box. Nothing riveting. Same goes for the cassettes, with Ravage specifically being a hassle to transform due to parts clashing and dislodging. It's not fun. The Walkman mode is nice looking. It's got like really good details, like what I think is the fake light. I'm really unsure about it. Fake buttons, the shoulder rocket, just go right here, and the gun can also plug in right here. You place it at the back and pretend that they are batteries. Although in the Masterpiece version, they could be stored in the backpack, but this isn't the Masterpiece version, so I can live with that. And I got nothing else to say about this thing. So let's just talk about these guys. And credit where credit is due. The detailing on cassette mode for Ravage is actually quite nice, because what they've done is actually make it look like a cassette. The same can't be said for Laserbeak, because this little guy had little room for any cassette details. A shame, but it is very understandable. And interactions with Walkman mode solely include glorified storage. So with that, I'm gonna say that, include this gun right here, this set is very good. It contains a Soundwave that is competent at what it has to do, with companions that are great at best and mediocre at worst, with nifty accessories as well. But all of this is not worth paying $100+ for. I see nothing that really justifies that asking price. It's just not really worth it. Get this if you are really desperate for a chug Earth mode Soundwave. If not, I wouldn't bother. And so that's this video done. Next video might be a Masterpiece figure, might not. Either way, thanks for watching, and see you next time.